Hey everybody, it's Will with County 10, and I'm here with Patrick Adam Lawson from Wind River Internet, and we're back with another edition of Tech Tips Live. Took a little bit of a hiatus for several months, I think, while we all relaxed through the holidays. Hope everybody out there is doing well. We've got some fun for you here for a few minutes. We want to talk about Zoom rooms, and then we'll also transition into a little update from Patrick Adam about the fiber project here at Wind River Internet and some updates on that. So, I want to turn it over to you because I will confess I know lots about Zoom because I'm pretty sure literally everyone on planet Earth knows about Zoom now. After everything with COVID, we're all using Zoom, we're using Google Meet, Google everything, Teams, Microsoft Teams, Skype. Yeah, that's been transitioned. Google, yeah, there's about 1 million of them, but we're all using video conferencing. So the product that we want to talk to you about today is the Zoom Room and how you can use it for a small business or a team and what it is and what it looks like. So I'm going to turn it over to Patrick Adam. Tell us, what is a Zoom Room?
So a Zoom Room, first I'll give you a little bit of an explanation on how I found out about it. I didn't know it existed. But basically, I came across a bunch of situations where we have multiple people doing the same Zoom meeting physically in the same room. It does not work out. Because then you've got people echoing and feedback, and somebody has to mute somebody, turn somebody off, and then you've got one person with a mic on one side of the room, that's not picking up the person on the other side of the room, and I saw situations where people were literally handing the laptop around the table whenever somebody wanted to talk.
That doesn't work.
And I thought, there's got to be a better way of doing this, and I know that there's like standards and telecom systems, and they're like tens of thousands of dollars, and you basically have to have a special setup. And when I saw that there's on Zoom website, there's Zoom, and Zoom rooms, basically our audio are bad. Just put in plug where we look after.
All right, we'll try like this.
So, is this better? Are we less staticky now?
Give us some feedback out there. Well, let's not have feedback. I think that's what we're trying to avoid.
They are giving me feedback. That's how I know what's happening.
Feedback from you, not feedback from our mics. That's what we want to avoid.
Yeah, so if you're just joining us or for finally able to hear us, we're talking about Zoom rooms. And
Zoom rooms.
Yeah, Zoom rooms, and eliminating the problems of having multiple people in the same room on the same Zoom meeting. Because when you do that, unless somebody's always muted, you get feedback, or you can't hear the other person in the room unless you like literally pick up the laptop and give it to them, or toss a phone around the room like a hacky sack or something. And it just doesn't work.
We were trying to do interviews with people, job interviews a while back, and even that was really awkward. We were all in the same room on the same call, but somebody else, and trying to get everybody into the frame, it was really awkward. So you're saying that this is a solution for that?
Yeah, this is a solution, and the prices come down dramatically from the old video conferencing systems where you have a dedicated T1 line and a $30,000 Tanbird or Polycom. And they start at just a couple $100s for the systems, up to a few $1,000s. This one here, I believe, is around like $4,000 for the full setup, but I mean that's including our projector and this cool little system that sits in the middle of the room, and then you have these wireless speakers that you throw on the sides so that everybody has a really clear voice, so everybody can be heard. And then you have a camera that's got an automatic PTZ that hunts down whoever's speaking and zooms in on them. and then and then it zooms out and it shows the whole room when people are not actively talking. And you can
it zooms in the Zoom room.
Yeah, it's a zooming Zoom camera in the Zoom room. Like our Tech Tip Tuesday at 2, that's at 3.
3 starts with T though.
It does. And the really cool thing is anybody that's got Zoom on their computer, they can just open it and hit share, and they can share their screen with whoever's meeting. And you can also put an iPad, or they have little displays you can put on the outside of the room for scheduling. So people can go up and they can schedule a time to use the Zoom room, and it remembers. And
that's cool.
Yeah, and you can set up accounts so that certain people have control of the Zoom room, so that you have a secretary and they can schedule meetings in the Zoom room, and you can have ads play on your Zoom room, like signage. So when you're not actively using it, it's kind of like maybe promoting your business, and it's just a million times better for doing conferencing, especially since over the past year almost. A lot of meetings have gone to virtual, you know, instead of traveling over somewhere. And Zoom's kind of just taken off as like probably the most popular of the platforms. And these centers, they actually can work with Teams and what is Google now this week?
Meet.
Meet.
Google Meet.
It's a Google Meet now. Okay.
Yep. So yeah, Zoom. With the Zoom rooms, and now with Zoom has these integrations into all kinds of different productivity software, task management systems, where you can create tasks right from Zoom. You don't have to go over to write it down, or there are transcription services that plug right into Zoom. There are a lot of different things, definitely spurred by the pandemic and virtual meetings, that can be used for productivity in your business, in your organization, your team, whatever situation you're in, your family. We did back a year ago. We did a lot of family get-togethers on Zoom, and those are great ways to help the productivity of the business and make things simpler. Speaking of simple, if somebody out there wants to set up a Zoom room today, small business, you've got a team scattered around, or you've got contractors, and you want to use a Zoom room, what's the bare bones that they would need to get started?
Really, the software is actually free. You can put it on any computer, but you have to pay a subscription for it. So it's about $50 a month. So that's kind of like the main cost of it, is you have to pay the subscription fee for the Zoom room, and then if you get a kit that has just everything included, you're looking like $2,000 for like a really decent one that can do the whole room and do everything that I described. Also, like I said, if you can actually turn an old computer into a Zoom room, and you can buy just the camera for a couple $100 and put it on there. But if you're more technically savvy, that's also a possibility. And then you can just use a tablet as the controller. So there's controllers for them. They're kind of different. Like to give you a use case scenario, how we use it is during the pandemic here, we actually have 3 offices. So we have our main office here at the Bull, we have our old office out on Gas Hills, and now we have our new fiber location on Main Street, or on Federal, which isn't open to the public. It's just for inventory basically, but we've got a crew of 30 people working there. So unfortunately, we were, as a lot of people were, we get one person that gets COVID and it would spread. So we were trying to limit the amount of interaction within the company. So we made it so that our departments did not physically go near each other. And it worked pretty good. It really limited the outbreaks, and we actually had a lot of people just call in from the field. So a lot of the people that were working out in the field, they never actually physically went into the room, the same room as everybody else. So it was only ever 1 or 2 people that were exposed, and that limited them out, because like if they came into the room with everybody, then everybody would have to go and quarantine.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and then we found out it's just really useful. Because we got people traveling all over the county, and now they can just call into their meeting with Zoom. They don't have to drive all the way into the office first and then back out to the field. So it's a huge time saver, and for the company, and money saver, because then we're not wasting the time that they could be doing a project.
Right.
And this is something we in addition to internet services, Wind River Internet also provides IT services, and this is something that we can set up for businesses. We have set up for several already. If you're a company and you got a business in Riverton and in Lander, and you wanted to get 2 rooms set up, that's something that we could do. You can provide the internet for it.
Yeah. Well, as a business, with County 10, we have people driving all over the county, and I could see if we had a second location where people were traveling to and from and back and forth, how this could be a huge money saver. An investment of $2,000 would probably save us money over the course of 6 months. So definitely a use case out there for Fremont County businesses to use something like this. So.
Yeah,
very cool.
Yeah, I know, like, one of the things, just even if you're not in a meeting, that you can do with these is they act as, they do AirPlay and Chromecast and one of the other ones. So people can just share. Like, if you're in a room, you can just start automatically sharing whatever's on the screen, on your screen. That's onto
great.
the main screen. So that's kind of unique and cool.
Yeah, that's really, we use Chromecast in our office for presentations, and but the added element of being able to present and also be part of a call and to conference people in and have everybody able to sit in their own chair. And
they allow you to do webinars too, so that you can stream it on Facebook or YouTube from your Zoom meeting. So that's also very beneficial if you're trying to get it out to a lot of people at once, and you don't have to do a whole nother rig like we're doing right now.
yeah. There are a lot of cords off the camera that you cannot see to make this happen. So cool. Zoom rooms. Do we have any questions? Anything like that?
I had one question about when will you have service out at Red Canyon, and then somebody else answered it and said there is, so you could clarify that, I guess.
There's a lot of hills there.
Yeah.
It's a canyon. We do have service out that way, but it is limited. You'll need to call our office and give your address and the nearest, what do we call it? Haystack or cow or whatever, so we can kind of pinpoint where you really are, because the addresses out there kind of hit and miss sometimes.
So call in with your address and the nearest cow, and Wind River Internet will tell you whether they can get service to you.
I kid you not, I was going to a location once, and that's how they gave directions. They're like, you'll pass a big stack of hay, and then there'll be a cow. I'm like, really? Is that cow just stand there all day, or what?
It's a small pen.
But they were right. That's how I got there.
That's great. So service to Red Canyon, but because it's a canyon, it's kind of hard to get it everywhere. So
Yeah, and then we're always looking to expand coverage in that area too. So if you own some property on top of a hill, we give free internet for letting us bounce off your land.
Cool. So opportunities. Speaking of expanding, tell us what's going on with the big fiber project.
Yeah, so I think last we talked, we were just found out about it, and there was a massive undertaking to connect a little over 1,000 homes.
Mm-hmm.
And we were hoping to get it done by the end of the year. Even though it was like an 18-month project, we were trying to get it done in about 3 months. Luckily, the weather cooperated. Unfortunately, the virus did not.
No, that's not good.
Yeah, we weren't able to get the materials, and because the manufacturers, they were having problems working, and then our workers were having problems working. But we did manage to get a lot of the backhauls done. We were able to upgrade the fiber to a lot of the wireless service. So the wireless service, just in the past couple of weeks, we finally flipped the switch on those, is a lot better in the ET, Rapo, and Fort Washakie area. And we should be the end of this month, we're going to flip another switch, and we have actually been pre-installing about 112 homes. So at the end of the month, we'll flip it, and 112 people will be on fiber optic. So
That's great.
It's pretty good. And then the rest of it, because we were trying to get as much groundwork done as possible before it froze, which is a miracle that the ground's still not frozen in the middle of January. So we haven't actually done much of the pulling of the fiber yet.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to get as much as we can done on the ground, and then we're going to pull the fiber. But yeah, it'll go much faster. We're going to be lighting up, dozens of people at a time over the next few months, and we should have it all completed here in the fall. So it is going. It took it took about what we originally planned, but we couldn't pull off the miracle we were trying to do.
Miracles can be tough. So great. What, any other projects happening? Anything new and exciting?
Oh boy, you know, I found some new use cases for fiber that are pretty interesting.
Really?
Yeah, like we have a new a fixed wireless product that actually gives you fiber speeds that can go up to 5 miles. It's primarily for businesses at this point, but I've been testing it at my house, and it gives me the same speed as fiber, even though I don't have fiber. I got a gigabyte up, less than a millisecond.
Wow.
And you can, and there's cloud video gaming services now that do better than console gaming, so like better than a PS5, better than an Xbox One. They're Google Stadia.
Really?
And
Tell people what that is, because
Yeah.
I've read about it, but I'm not a gamer.
so basically, you have a Google Chromecast that you plug into your TV, or your phone, your iPad, any screen really, and the controller. You can use an existing controller from other video game systems and plug them into your iPad or your phone, or you get the Stadia controller, which is a Wi-Fi controller. It connects to your Wi-Fi, and then you get full 1080 or full 4K, 60 frame per second, Ultra HD, top quality settings on the game, and the game just starts instantly. You don't have to wait for updates. It saves instantly. You can pick it up and play it anywhere. You can play it on your TV, your phone, your iPad, and you don't have this big refrigerator sitting on your shelf whirling and making loud noises. And it's amazing. Like, I thought there'd be a lot of delay, but there's no delay, and as long you have to. And I think this would only work that well on fiber. Technically, it can work on other internet services. Like, I was playing it in my car, but it was very laggy. It was skipping around because it was playing over cellular. Like, you turn and then like 5 seconds later the guy turns. But yeah, it's just another interesting idea of cloud-based computing. So you have, instead of having all the processing done in your house, it's being done on a server farm by Google somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. So you got to have the speed though, and you can get the speed with Wind River Internet. Whether that's what's the wireless product again? If somebody wants to call and ask about it.
Yeah. So there's the fixed wireless, and we have this new millimeter wave fixed wireless, and it's a little bit more because it's primarily for businesses. It doesn't really work the same as going out to a lot of people. It's just kind of a one-to-one shot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're a really big gamer or a business, you can look into that and make the investment. Anything else you want to share today?
I think we can talk about it now. But yeah, we just we got some more big projects coming up. We're gonna be doing literally the entire reservation now, like not just ETT, Fort Washakie, Arapahoe. We're going to be going out and we're going to be doing around Kinnear and Pavilion and the outskirts, the reservation areas, and out behind Burma Hill and Alaska Road and
Wow,
out towards Shoshone, and it's going to be fiber to the home.
that's fantastic.
It's a large project. It's going to take multiple years, so it's not like it's coming next week.
So,
But
how many people just asked if we could get that to them?
Well, nobody yet, but somebody did ask how many MBs is this connection, but I'm,
1,000 up and 1,000 down.
oh, there you go.
Well, technically that's like the maximum, but realistically on Ethernet, just because there's like some overhead and stuff, it's around like 900 and some. So there's a little bit of leeway there. And then interesting things you come up with are cellular connections Wi-Fi doesn't go that fast. So on Wi-Fi, you're getting between like 400 and 600. Depends on the device that you own and the router that you have. And all the new routers that we're getting for this Connect Wyoming funding are Wi-Fi 6 routers. And that's the latest, greatest after AC. I can't remember if it's called AX, but they just rebranded them all now to make it easier for people. So there's going to be, AC is now Wi-Fi 5, and the newest Wi-Fi is Wi-Fi 6. But basically, it's about 50% faster, and then it handles multiple people being on the same connection way better.
No, nice.
Yeah.
I know at my house, we have the TV downstairs, which is a smart TV, which we always had connected to Wi-Fi, but it was always just terrible lag. It's an older TV, but so we finally plugged it in. I mean, who has their TV right next to an Ethernet port? So here's your tech tip for the day. We ran the Ethernet cable all over the wall in a crazy design, and then like painted. We were going to paint leaves and different. We never got there, but it's got this fun design. We ran an Ethernet cable all the way across the room, and now it doesn't look like trash. So it's and now we've got blazing fast speeds and nothing lags. So
Nice.
but that's the problem with Wi-Fi routers. So you're saying that your newest project, there'll be routers that can help with that.
Yeah, the routers help. Of course, the devices need it too. It works with all old devices, but to get the maximum benefit,
Yeah.
you also have to have a Wi-Fi 6 phone, like the new iPhones that came out this fall,
Mhm.
and the Samsung phones, they have it. Newer laptops, they have it. But really, just the stuff that came out in the last 6 months have it.
Nice.
But I'm sure as time goes on, more devices will support it. Yeah.
Very cool.
I have a question. I think you might have covered this, but when are you turning on the fiber at Equity Housing?
The end of the month.
Fiber at Ethity Housing at the end of the month.
Yep, Easter Egg Village.
All right, that's it.
There we go. We got that one. Any other questions out there?
Yeah, Paint Pressure Loop is the other project we're turning on at the end of the month in Fort Washakie.
2 new projects. All right. Well, if you have any questions and you're watching this and it's not live, drop them below in the comments section. And Patrick Adam is always really good about jumping in, and within the next couple of days, he almost answers all kinds of questions that come up, even if we're not live. And also let us know what other tech tips you'd like to hear. Maybe you want to revisit something that we talked about early on. You want to know about phishing scams or whatever it is that you've got. Feel free to leave those in the comments section, and we'll try to work through them over the next few months. So thank you all for watching. Thanks to Wind River Internet and Patrick Adam, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks.